Chapter 4 deals with cell structure and function. We'll also revisit a little of Chapter 1, Section 4, where different parts of the microscope are discussed. So the cell is the smallest unit that can carry on all of the processes of life. Robert Hooke was one of the first people to see plant cells under a microscope, and what he saw were these little rectangular boxes that reminded him of the rooms that monks lived in, which were called cells, and that's where our cells got their name. So that was Robert Hooke. And another person that is important in the discovery of the cells was Anton von Leeuwenhoek. And this was back in the late 1600s, and he was the first one to see actual living cells. Hooke saw some old plant material, but he didn't actually see any living cells. Leeuwenhoek, who was a Dutch microscope maker, was the one that actually saw the first living cells. The cell theory is composed of three main parts, and it was designed by a trio of German scientists, Matthias Schleiden, Theodor Schwann, and Rudolf Virchow. And this was in the 1800s. And what they came up with was Schleiden contributed parts based on plants. He was a botanist, and he said that plants were composed of cells. Theodor Schwann, who was a geologist, said that animals were made of cells, and then Virchow, who was a physician, said that cells have to come from other cells. So the combination of all of their work gave us this cell theory. And the three main parts are that all living things are composed of cells, cells are the basic unit of an organism, and finally, cells come only from the reproduction of existing cells.